Hello, everybody. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Keish. Happy Friday. I hope that you had a wonderful day today, and I hope at some point in your day you have felt the love of God because He loves us oh so much. Words cannot even describe how much He loves us. Let me tell you. Okay, so today we're going to be speaking about being set apart. I'm going to be speaking from a story from the Old Testament about Samuel, who was a prophet. God spoke through Samuel to the Israelites when they had problems or such as things, and he was also a judge. So in this time, Samuel was becoming old, and he had two sons that he appointed to be judges over the Israelites. However, the sons did not walk in the ways of Samuel. So the Israelites came to Samuel and they asked him to appoint him a king over them to rule them like the other nations. The request that the Israelites made grieved Samuel. But however, when Samuel took the request to God, God told him, "It is not you that they're rejecting, it's me that they're rejecting as their king." So God told Samuel, "This is what you go tell the people. Tell them I will give them a king, but when I give them this king, this is what the king will do. He will rule over them. He will send their sons and for they will work the land. Their daughters will become perfumers." And he said also that you guys will literally be slaves to this king. You are a free people, a chosen people, chosen by God. But now you're going to go into bondage to this king because want to rule over you like the other nations. Samuel told them all these things that would happen if they appointed a king over them. However, the Israelites their hearts were so hardened that they said, "No, we still want a king over us. We want to be like the other nations." And I just want to say today that we are just like the Israelites. God has given us freedom. He has given us freedom from sin. He has set us apart from the world. He has given us salvation. He has given us joy, kindness, peace, love. He has given us all of these things. But then we look at our fleshly desires and what the world make look good, and we say, "No, we want to be like the world." The same way the Israelites said, "No, we want to be like the other nations." And I just want to encourage you today that we are not like the world. If you are a child of God, if you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, He died on the cross and He rose on the third day, then you are a child of God. And you are not like the world. You are set apart for a kingdom. You are a royal priesthood. It says in First John, First Peter chapter 2, it says that chapter 2 verse 9, it says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of the darkness and into His wonderful light." He called us out in the darkness. The darkness is the world, into His wonderful light. He chose us to be His people. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. Be set apart. God does not want us to look like the world. We cannot love God and the world at the same time because the world opposes everything that God represents. The world is ruled by the darkness and principalities of the enemy. The fleshly desires that we want from the world can never fulfill us the way that God can. So be set apart. Do not be like the Israelites. Be the chosen people that God chose us to be. Be the royal priesthood. We have an inheritance in heaven. We have been sealed with His Holy Spirit. Do not grieve the Holy Spirit, going against what the truth that He tells you on the inside of you. And it says, how do we know that we are God's people? By the Spirit that He has given us. He has given us the Spirit to know these things. So I just want to encourage you, be set apart. Don't look at the world and what they're doing and think it looks good. It may look good to your eye because the enemy knows what he's doing. He knows that we are sinners by nature. He knows that we have these desires that are opposed to what God tells us to want. He knows it because it's in us. But because of what Jesus did, we have freedom from that. However, sometimes we are weak in our own human strength that we give in to those desires and we go for what looks flashy. But I want to encourage you, don't go for what looks flashy. Go by the Spirit. It says we have the mind of Christ in the Word. So if Christ won't think that, then you reject every thought. You cast that thought out. You command that it transforms into something else. Because God has chosen us to be set apart. Be set apart. Be holy because He is holy. Don't let what Jesus did on that cross to make us free. We're not slaves. We're free from sin. To be in vain because of our fleshly desires. Because we want to look like the world, or because we want to be like the world. As the Israelites said, they wanted a king like the other nations. We want these things like the world, but we're not of this world. We just passing through. Have a great day, and I hope this has helped somebody. I hope today that the peace of the Lord is with you. The grace of Jesus. It is by grace that we are saved. And fellowship with the Holy Spirit be with you all today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Have a great day. Have a happy Friday. And we will see you next week, Friday at 6 p.m. Bye-bye.